Hey y'all, quick note. While My Hero Academia was created for kids, this podcast is not safe for work or children. All trigger warnings and spoilers for each episode can be found at our website, myheroanalysis.com. Thanks for listening.
Hey y'all, this is My Hero Analysis, a podcast about My Hero Academia, aka Boku no Hero Academia. We are three grown adults who mine Japanese children's cartoons for serotonin because God knows our brains aren't making it naturally.
Hello everyone, this is Fern. I am so tired. So for reference, we record on Wednesdays typically. And ever since this past Sunday evening-ish, we've been dealing with giant rats in my apartment.
Oh,
Oh my God. Okay, so
that sounds
again,
awful.
So in North Carolina, we got these, itty bitty little field mice. These are not that. These are not that. These are like 3 or 4 pound rats.
no.
They're so big. I can't
Sounds terrifying.
Oh my God. It's terrifying. I'm terrified of rats now. I'm pretty sure we got rid of them finally yesterday. But yeah, hopefully at some point my brain will calm down and let me sleep through the night.
Yeah. You've been struggling, you poor thing.
It has not been great. It has not been great.
Oh, you poor thing.
You
Well,
need a nap.
yeah.
I do.
Yeah, but poor thing can't take naps.
I cannot. Brain says no.
Poor thing. Well, I'm Nicole. I take a nap literally every day now because that's just where my energy levels are. I cannot stay awake for more than 6 hours. It's fine.
Aww.
It's fine. I'm good. My past few days have been much more okay than Fern's has been.
You mean you weren't being stalked by giant rats?
No, I was not being stalked by giant rats or giant anything other than Pickle's occasional zoomies where she punches me in the face. It's fine.
Aww. Pickles.
The most interesting thing that I've done in the past 2 weeks is I've read 2 popular book talk romance books.
Ooh, which one?
I read House of Sky and Breath, which is Sarah J. Maas's second book in the Crescent City series. And as Ferd knows, my brain exploded. But I'm not going to
I enjoyed watching that meltdown with absolutely no context.
Yeah, it was great. I had to send them a video talking about it, and it makes no sense to anybody who has not read the book. And I won't spoil it here because I'm nice. But yeah, if y'all like your mostly heterosexual fairy smut adventure drama, I do recommend Sarah J. Maas. Of course, I also know that some of her stuff is problematic, and especially some of the past stuff when she was writing before white people knew what tropes to stay away from. But I think she's doing better now, and I enjoy them. So there's that. Oh, it's a lot. It's like a whole community picking apart those books. Anyway, the other book I read was Ice Planet Barbarians, and I was underwhelmed.
To be fair, this little trio, our standards are well outside the norm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
with the amount of ladies thirsting after the Blue Aliens on Book Talk, I was expecting a wild ride, and I gave it 4 stars to be nice. So there we are.
To be nice.
Oh, I mean, it was enjoyable if you like those tropes, I guess.
Well,
I don't think the
at least
straights
you
are
read
okay.
2 books.
Yes, that's true. I'm out of my reading slump for now. I just feel bad for the straights. Anyway.
Don't we all?
I
Yeah.
always feel bad for the straights.
Yup.
Hey y'all, it's Maria. I have been hyper fixated on anime and I've been gremlining it for the past, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 days. I haven't left my apartment. It's just been me and my dog.
Yes.
Aw.
It's been great, actually. I don't know
Sometimes
how
you just need
many
a-
animes I've gone through.
You've gone through far too many for it to be conceivable within the laws of time and space. So
Yes.
Sleep is for the weak.
sleep is for everyone. But then again, I'm majorly depressed. So I look forward to every sleep I take.
Maria, if you're not using your sleep, can I have it?
Yeah. Send them to Fern.
Love to give my sleep to someone else, but I don't get enough as is.
Chronic insomnia.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so that's us.
Awkward pauses.
Right. This week, we're covering episode 8 of season 2. The title is Battle On Challengers. And in the manga, this is chapter 35. So, as usual, I'll lead us through a brief synopsis and then hand it off to Nicole for discussion topics, manga differences, and Easter eggs. So, to get right to the synopsis, it starts out with the usual intro and credits, but no recap, which is interesting. Absolutely no reason why. I have no clue. So instead, we just launch right into the next match, which is Denki versus Ibarra. And Ibarra is kind of preachy. She reminds me of some people I knew back in youth group. But it's so, she gets a pass. And Denki just immediately starts flirting with her, and he's very braggy. He's like, oh, I've got this in the bag. And then immediately just gets his whole ass handed to him. It was great.
Yep. And it cemented his himbo status into eternity. And I'm not going to apologize for my sudden cackle at the mention of youth group, because I escaped that experience most Southern folks are forced into. So I'm not laughing at your pain. I'm laughing with you.
Oh yeah, no, I got you.
It was painful.
Yeah, I apologize to you all, but also I laugh. I have to laugh. Anyway, my next comment was wondering if Ibarra was being preachy, or if it was like she's a little on the autistic side and she like doesn't understand Present Mike's like verbal flippancy.
I love that my brain went to religious trauma and yours went to mental health trauma.
I mean, what else is new with the both of us?
Yeah.
I just focused on PM's intro for the kids. The Assassin of Class B and Sparkling Killing Boy. These names are so dramatic and made them seem a lot more dangerous than they actually are.
Yeah, I straight up didn't know what to say about Sparking Killing Boy. I was just like, what?
Yeah, he was hyping them up in incorrect ways. He's poor man.
Hashtag you tried. So then, Ibarra kicks Stinky's ass, and then we get a breakdown of her quirk, and I'm going to hand it off to Nicole for that, as usual.
Yes. And at the very start of me breaking down her quirk, which I think is called Vine, but basically her hair is vines, my first thought was she has an admittedly lame version of plant control, since the only thing she can actually control is her hair vines. But it is like a nice combination of chlorokinesis, or whatever you want to call it, and other hair powers that Horikoshi has shown us. And like that includes slice and burn in later seasons and movies. But I do love that she has a limitation that she requires water and sunlight like an actual plant. I do like a good logical limitation on superpowers. But it is interesting that she can control them after they've been detached from her head, which I forgot about when I wrote that first note. So like if she levels up, will her vines like change form? Like, will they bloom, or will they get woody, or will they get like thorns? Or could her vines symbiotically pair up with other plants and or fungi? And like maybe she could work with Kanoko Komori, the other one bee mushroom student who I love. And none of this is pertinent at all. And we never actually find out about this, but I need to know, because that's just where my brain went. So Horikoshi, if you could just send us a quick email, thank you very much.
Honestly, it's hard to imagine her leveling up. She's so strong already.
I want the vines
good God,
to have,
she'd be terrifying.
I want the vines to have roses and thorns to make the Catholicism reference really stick in there.
Well, they already have thorns, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, they already have thorns.
Okay, well then they need roses. They need some bright red roses for that good Marian imagery. I'm just saying.
Agreed. I'll give you that one. So after the fight, Monoma does his usual thing, starts hating on Class 1A, and poor Kendo has to apologize for him. And Class 1A's reaction is so funny. They're just like, okay then.
Big Misty vibes in this little scene.
Oh yeah, it was a Misty Brock moment.
Oh my God, Horikoshi, you gotta stop. So then after Kendo's apology, we pan over to Izuku, who's, muttering, doing his thing as usual. And Ochako is like, damn, bitch, you dedicated. And Izuku just straight up admits that this kind of analysis is his hobby. And then proceeds to freak her the fuck out with an analysis of her zero gravity quirk. Like, she's fully got a page in his journal, and he just straight up shows her the page. And she's like, oh, wow, okay. But she's very gracious about it. And it's, at the end of it, it's kind of a cute little moment.
Yeah.
Izuku is having a hyperfixation moment, much like we do.
Yes. And Ochako is a good friend for supporting him through her moment.
She's like, I do not understand, but you do you, boo-boo.
Yep.
So then we cut to the next fight, which is Hatsume versus Ida. And there's an interesting development because Hatsume offers Ida support items, which he's not supposed to use. Supposedly, she does this to make the fight more fair. And Ida is allowed to wear those support items with Midnight's approval after he explains that he's doing so with Hatsume's consent. But then Hatsume turns the entire fight into an ad for her inventions. Ida got totally played, and she basically toys with him for 10 whole minutes before stepping out of bounds and voluntarily losing. So Ida wins, technically. He's very upset. And now I'm going to hand it back to Nicole for a breakdown of Hatsume's quirk.
Yes, and I went really too far into it again.
No, not a thing. Not a thing.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's good. It's good. All right. So her quirk, it basically just allows her to visually zoom in and out when she focuses. So basically her eyes are her own binoculars, and she can see up to 5 kilometers away. And really, she just uses this to zoom in on like the big box seats at the top of the arena to watch the corporate support scouts and watch them as she makes her pitch, so she can tune into their reactions and adjust it accordingly. 10 out of 10, love her hustle. She's great. But also her quirk would also come in handy were she to partner with hero agencies that include long range attackers, like maybe with Snipe or Ragdoll, at least before Camino and the camp.
Oh God. I do have to interrupt you for one quick second.
Okay.
Because I can't keep this thought to myself, and I apologize.
Give it.
The phrase Hatsume, what do your elf eyes see? Just popped into my head. They're taking class 1 at Isengard.
Oh, listeners, I am not a Lord of the Rings person. Like, I have not read the books or watched the original movies, and I have no plans to, but I do know that reference because of the internet memes. And oh, good job, Fern. 10 out of 10. Perfection.
That's the dumbest
Fern, I
thought I've
love
had all
you.
day.
No, it's the best thought you've had all day. It's perfect. It should be the title. Hatsume, what do your elf eyes see? Anyway.
Yep.
Sorry. Keep
It's
going.
okay.
Go get it together.
No, you're good. Fern is just having trouble breathing. It's fine. So to continue my thoughts on Hatsume, I love her commercial. And I also love that Aizawa hates it and that Ida is just completely, like, utterly ridiculous in how he's been wounded in his nobility. You just gotta admire Hatsume's hustle.
Absolutely.
But then I had not really attached thought. Like, this thought kind of bounced out of nowhere as I was typing this. It's fine. It's how my brain works. But it's very interesting that Hero Course students are forbidden from using support items unless they fill out paperwork like Aoyama did. And I don't know why my brain went to this, but like, is this ableism? Because it makes folks who need accommodations have to jump through extra hoops that otherwise abled folks wouldn't need to. And also that they may not necessarily want advertised.
That's a good point.
I don't know why I thought it, but I was like, this is kind of squicky considering what we know about like how Yuga's quirk is like lactose intolerance and hurts his body. So like, it's
That
not.
really-
It's a little sus.
Yeah, but it's
especially.
not. It's go ahead.
Yeah, no, like especially because, considering it in the context of ableism, quirks are supposed to, like, they're viewed as being abled, whereas like not having a quirk is viewed as being disabled. And like it's very clear that they haven't considered how your quirk can hurt you, especially if you're in the hero course.
Yes, exactly. Like they just don't want to think about those consequences. And like, it's not expanded on at all, but like, if you look close enough like we do, it's there and it's a little squicky.
Yeah, so yes, fully agree.
We have no other thoughts. We just notice things and blow them out of proportion. It's fine. It's good. It's good content.
Yes. So back to the timeline. There's no way to say that without sounding dismissive. Whatever. It's fine. Anyway.
Dismissive. We're moving along to the next point.
Yeah. So my next point is, after Hatsume and Ida's fight, Ochako suddenly gets this very serious expression on her face and then just leaves the stands with no comment. She leaves her juice behind, and like she's strapped for cash. She left an almost full drink behind. That's a problem. But we don't get any explanation for it until almost the end of the episode. So moving on, and we're gonna blast through the next few fights. So there's Mina versus Aoyama, which Mina wins almost immediately with some very cool dance moves. Momo versus Tokoyami, which Tokoyami wins when Momo has like kind of a choking moment, and we will definitely discuss that further. And then Kirishima versus Tetsu.
Right. Oh, they're so cute. And how dare Horikoshi. But I do have to say, like, Present Mike, like, your casual heteromorphophobia is showing. Why you gotta bring Mina's horns into it? Like, especially when you take into account how dark Mina's skin tone is and how she is canonically confirmed as black. So like, bro.
Is her skin tone that dark? I thought she was very pale pink.
No, she's a lot darker in the manga.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah. Like, it's there. Yep. We'll talk about it later, folks. We are aware of it. Anyway, So moving along, just poor sweet Kiri once again. That poor boy.
He cannot win.
No.
Yep. He can't catch a break. But so there was a moment after Mina and Ayama's fight that I had to add a trash death for Trashnetta because his comment was a little horrific. So for that, I have sentenced you to wear the ugliest, brightest, uncomfiest tidy whities that are just slightly too tight and dig into skin. I don't know why. It's inappropriate.
And it's like really low quality cotton, so they're super fucking itchy.
Yes.
Absolutely. So then we cut to the waiting room, and we finally catch up with Ochako. Ida and Izuku are checking up on her, and she's definitely in intense mode. I love this mode for her. This is my favorite version of Ochako. And she's in intense mode because she's worried about her upcoming fight with Katsuki, which fair.
Yeah.
And then we get a brief cut back to Kirishima and Tetsu, just indiscriminately beating the shit out of each other. There is no strategy whatsoever on either side.
None at all. And just the brain damage from this fight alone. These poor children.
They're really going for it.
Yeah.
And then we cut back to Ochako, and Ida is like, don't worry about it. Even Bakugo wouldn't go all out against a girl. And Izuku immediately goes, oh, he would. Like, Katsuki has dreams to make a reality. Like, he don't got time for your sexist nonsense.
Yeah.
And so, to try to comfort her, Izuku offers Ochako like a rough plan that he drew up for her to help her beat Katsuki, but she declines it because she wants to stop relying on him and fight on her own merits. And just, these kids are so good. They're all so good. I'm so proud of them. I can only pray that my future children, adopted offspring, whatever, are like half as awesome as these kids are.
They are the sweetest babies. And the interplay of teamwork and feminism in this moment, it's just so good. Such good babies.
Yeah, they're the sweetest. They just want to help and they believe in each other. And oh, my poor soulless heart.
So then we have one more cut back to Kirishima and Tetsu, who knock each other out at the same time because of course they do. So this fight is declared a draw and they're going to have a do-over later.
Yeah, and like how dare the commentary on uniqueness. Just I can't even go into it because it just how very dare.
And then we find out that the next match is the one where it's Katsuki versus Ochako. And just wait, y'all. We're going to have so much to say in the next episode.
So very much to say. Also, like Shoto specifically watching this match is very telling that he's not too hyper-focused on Izuku being his rival.
Keyword, not too.
Yeah, he's very slowly realizing that he has like another person who is his rival. Yeah, like his de facto rival. And he's like, oh, okay, brain cells. Let's just keep working here.
Yeah, those 3 brain cells that are sometimes
they work
working,
so very hard.
Not. Yeah.
Well, one of them. So that's it for the timeline. So Nicole, take it away with discussion topics.
Yes, and we are going to start with how Ibarra's vines can absorb/reflect electricity, because why the fuck not? And my first thought was because it was like very similar again back to Pokemon and how
Horikoshi.
Yeah, exactly. But basically like electric type Pokemon are not very effective against grass type Pokemon. So there's like that whole thing there. I may also just be way into Pokemon Legends Arceus right now. It's fine. But I did actually do a Google, and most plants are known to be like not conductive at all. So basically like electricity doesn't really do much to them. But current studies show that some plants can like conduct electricity. So like, honestly, Denki's just unlucky that her vines were one of those that were just not affected by electricity.
Yeah. So I guess it's time for Maria's science lesson. And
Yes.
hasn't been one in a while. So
Give it to me.
Yes, give it.
So I feel like it depends on the vine and what the makeup of the vine is. We know she can use photosynthesis, so this kind of goes back to biology. And plants can use both photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Photosynthesis is mainly offset with sunlight, whereas cellular respiration uses ATP, which is actually a form of energy. So plants are the only ones that can use both for the most part. Also, if we take into consideration that the trees can conduct electricity due to like their water content, then it is possible for the vines to do that too, especially if it's to conduct it into the soil, in which it can disperse and then prevent her from being electrocuted. Or honestly, it's probably just anime magic.
Yeah, considering this is a lightning level electricity, I'm gonna go with anime magic.
Yep.
Oh, Horikoshi, give us the science that you're not using.
That's good to know, though. I didn't know that. I guess it makes sense because salt water especially is really conductive. So I guess if there's water in a plant, interesting. Good to know.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just shout out the next point because I'm very excited about it. But Hatsume, I just I'm so here for this ship. Go watch at Happy Pancake 234's TikTok series about them. It is, oh God, perfect doesn't even begin to describe it. It's everything I never knew I wanted. But yeah, I'm like super, super, super duper into this ship. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. It is utter perfection. It is wonderful. She is a perfect foil for his intensity. And it's just beautiful. They're both so clueless. I love it. And also in that moment, Midnight also ships it. So it's basically canon.
So this is not a ship I even thought about at the beginning, but yes, it totally makes sense. And I am here for it. I'm just thinking about Hatsu. Oh God, my voice.
Oh.
I'm still recovering a little bit from the cough. Just having her fix Ida's motors. Oh God.
All right. So after the wonderful high that is Hatsume, we're going to go real low now and talk about how Momo panics during her fight with Tokoyami.
Yeah, I wrote a lot. I love Momo so much. So we've noted before in earlier episodes that Momo tends to handle herself very capably, especially when she's facing down villains. But I did note that in the past, before this episode, she's always been with others. And this is her first time standing against an opponent on her own. So I wasn't sure if that had like some kind of effect on her mental state. But then also sometimes you just choke for no good reason. Like I know we've discussed the whole fight, flight, freeze response and how it's impossible to predict how you'll react, like even if you've been under pressure before. And if you do freeze or flight, like that can have a really crippling effect on your confidence. And it's just really tough watching the sequence play out. But she's one of the few female characters to get an actual character development arc. And watching her go from this really painful scene to like regaining her confidence and then finally becoming a real leader is like incredibly satisfying, even though we have to wait a long ass time in between updates because Horikoshi does not write about the female characters enough. It's fine. It's not fine. Whatever.
Not fine.
Anyway, Momo has worked really hard for her progress and I'm super proud of her, is my point. Also, I think it's a pretty reasonable way to handicap a character that Horikoshi just made way too strong in the beginning. Like Momo's got genius intellect, she's got tactical abilities, and she can create almost anything. Like that was clearly too much and he had to scale it back somehow. And I've noticed that Horikoshi does this a lot with characters that have like really, really powerful quirks, is he'll make their personality their handicap. But also her poor disappointed face. Horikoshi, how dare you do this to our baby?
How very dare. How dare. It definitely makes her character more compelling. And you also have to wonder why she didn't have her strategy worked out ahead of time, like Tokoyami clearly did. Was she too confident from standing on her like previous strategizing wins? I saw it with a nice little tinge of gifted kid burnout, just accelerated really quickly, because she's always been able to think on her feet and she's never been challenged enough to do it so quickly before. And aside from the adrenaline fight, flight, freeze, I feel like that also contributed to it. Like she's never been as challenged as she was, and therefore she froze.
Yeah, I
Good
can
point.
definitely see that. Also, if she's always had like some sort of buffer, be it time to think things through or another person to watch her back, she would have had that time to make the strategy. And she's probably also been praised like Bakugo and Shoto. Well, whatever bullshit Endeavor said to him. We don't talk about it.
Shoto's a whole other thing.
Yeah. She's probably also never been properly defeated before. So coming back from that can be a huge shock, and also helped her overestimate what she was doing.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. And from that wonderfully analytical point from Fern, we have our final discussion point, which is Katsuki's fucking stank face.
He makes at the very end of the episode. I can't get over it. I can't. I love this feral child.
It's just like when I first was going through these notes, because I skim them as I'm watching them. So I first thought the stank face was referring to when Midoriya was doing his little muttering in their little box and he was being pissed about it. And he had to be like, God damn it, not again. I have to hate the muttering so no one thinks it's cute like I do. But then the episode ended and I'm like, oh, that stank face. What the fuck is that?
Like, yes, that one.
Why do they insist on always giving him terrible expressions, like when otherwise he appears to have like a nice enough above average look to his face? Like, why what even is the point of that? Horikoshi, explain the gay, please.
Yes, please explain this particular gay.
what is the point of making him so stank? Ugh.
Oh God,
I'm so confused.
He's an angry gay.
I know. I love it.
I love it.
It's confusing, but it's also perfect, much like all of Katsuki's character.
Yep.
All right. So moving along to some manga differences and Easter eggs. There is I actually mentioned it before. There's like a blink and you miss it reference to roses actually in the manga that's not in the anime, like it got cut. And yes, we see the Catholicism. We see the Marian imagery. Thank you very much, Horikoshi. We didn't ask for that. Okay. Also in the manga, jumping off of that, Momo's shield that she makes has a cross on it. And that cross is not in the anime. So like, sir, please explain why, sir.
Weird.
Very weird, very intriguing. And also Izuku's notebook does not have like the same burn marks from season 1 when Katsuki was being a fucking dickhead in the manga as they added in the anime. So that was a good addition as opposed to a confusing change.
Yeah, Horikoshi was like, oh shit, let me just fix all that real quick.
Yeah, get in there, sir. All right. And then another Easter egg, like an actual Easter egg for a change, is Mount Lady recommending Ibarra to Kamui Woods. It's a pretty big Easter egg for like the work study and internship arcs. So just like keep that in the back of your mind. I know it was like a 10-second scene, but remember it.
I love those little scenes.
Yeah, I love all the little tiny bits that you're not sure why when it first watches, especially from a Western perspective where everything has to mean something to the main character. Not so in this form of storytelling, and it's awesome. Anyway, That's my tangent. Next Easter egg is Mina and Yuga's friendship and like how they work together, and her knowing how his quirk works, as they always seem to be paired up, even calling back to the first season, and just looking forward to everything that happens with them at their internships and beyond. And I'll just leave it at that because it's spoilery and I have feelings.
So many feelings.
Not his belt.
Oh, honey.
Okay. All right. Next is a fan an Easter egg, but not the Binetta hidden by the perviness. We're just going to scooch right past that. He does not deserve it. Goodbye, sir.
Oh, I've just completely stopped mentioning him. Like, I'm just like, I can't with you anymore.
As you should. Friend will never mention him, and Maria and I will only ever insult him to his stupid little face.
Yep.
All right. Next is back to how Momo choked in her fight against Tokoyami. I bet like this battle is where Midnight's focus on her started. Again, we won't see that play out for a very long time. But it's there and it's planted. And when you see it, you will have all the appreciation for Horikoshi, but also how dare you, Horikoshi.
Yeah. We'll get there. We'll
get there. How dare, sir. Anyway. And lastly, in the preview for the next episode, at least in the dub, it is called, like, whatever happens is called an unexpected meteor shower. And this is a call forward to Uraraka's increasingly space-themed style and like her brand as the show goes on. So that was nice.
Nice catch.
Yes. All right. That's all the Easter eggs I found. Did y'all find any?
Nope. How on earth would we ever find something that you didn't?
You do sometimes. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm sweating.
The only one that I'm still really proud of is the one that's going to come up the next part of the season.
How dare you bring him up when we are otherwise so happy? How dare?
I have no idea to what we're referring. So
I will tell you
okay.
after we're done.
Sure.
Or maybe
good.
I won't. All right. Well, any other final comments then, if you don't have any Easter eggs?
I want to go to bed.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
Go to bed.
We're all going to go to bed. This has been a rough week. All right.
I'm going to go back to hiding.
Yes, go back to your gremlining. I am proud of you for gremlining. All right. This has been My Hero Analysis. You'll hear us again soon. And in the meantime, go beyond plus ultra and thirst responsibly. Bye, y'all.
Thanks again for listening. Theme music is The Happy Cowboy by Gary the Canary, remixed by Fern. If you'd like to submit questions, fan art, or bonus episode topics, visit our website at myheroanalysis.com. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok under @myheroanalysis. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Bye, y'all.